In this video, I'm going to go through using zkSync, which is an Ethereum layer 2 network. This is a genuine layer 2 Ethereum network, meaning you can get all of the trust and decentralization of Ethereum, but for way cheaper. This is really the future of Ethereum. If you do want to use any Ethereum applications, then you can set up a zkSync wallet and basically use those apps for much cheaper. So I'm going to go through using and setting up zkSync with the MetaMask wallet, and then go through using some of the applications, getting coins on and off of zkSync and everything like that. So I'll leave the timestamps in the description below. Firstly though, zkSync is obviously a completely new network on top of Ethereum. So a lot of existing Ethereum apps are going to be available to use on this, but there are also a bunch of other ones. You can come to zkSync.io. And then you can come over to the ecosystem and check which applications are actually running already. So for example, wallets supported right here. You can see there's a few up and running, and I'm going to go through Argent at the end of this video to show you what you can do on there. And you can look at all of the other applications like dexes and everything like that actually on zkSync when you're watching this video. So because zkSync is a direct layer 2 network on Ethereum, setting up a MetaMask wallet is a little bit different. So you actually link it up directly in applications. So if you come to zkSync.io, you'll see on the homepage right here, it says open wallet. So obviously just click on this and it will go over to the wallet section of the website. And then what you can do is link up directly your MetaMask wallet or any other Ethereum wallet that you have. If you have one on your phone or anything like that, you can connect it through Wallet Connect. I'm just going to go through to Ethereum wallet right here and basically connect my MetaMask. So if I click on this, you'll see I can connect MetaMask right here. And then the MetaMask that I'm logged into, that will essentially log in to the zkSync network. So you don't have a different address. You don't set up a different network in MetaMask. You are using your exact same address, and you just have an L2 now, a layer 2. So you're on the zkSync network. So if you're in an application that supports zkSync, you just literally go on your Ethereum mainnet in your MetaMask account, and then it should link up your wallet and give you the balances of both layer 1 and layer 2. So you can see in my MetaMask right here, I'm in the Ethereum mainnet, and it just links straight up into the zkSync wallet because it's obviously looking for that. There's a few ways to get tokens into your zkSync wallet. And the first one is to obviously just transfer them from your layer 1 mainnet wallet. So come over to the wallet on zkSync.io, then click top up. You'll see a few ways. But if you come down to the bottom and you can see bridges, and it just says zkSync right here. So if you click on that, this is essentially going to start a transaction from your layer 1 mainnet wallet on Ethereum, and then basically just send those coins to layer 2. So you do have to pay for this. This is gonna initiate an Ethereum transaction, so it's gonna be a little bit expensive on the mainnet, but you have the exact same account. You can see own account right here. Choose the amount of ETH that you wanna send over, 0.05 or something like that. It will show you how much that you're sending over, and you can click top up. That will send the assets from your MetaMask layer 1 over to layer 2. You can also send tokens back to layer 1 straight from layer 2 as well. So go into your wallet again, go to transfer right here, and then up at the top it says send to Ethereum L1. If you just click on that, you can see your own address, and it shows me that I've got 0.02 Ethereum in my layer 2 wallet. So I can obviously transfer that amount, and then it says authorize send to Ethereum. Now you can see the transaction fee right here is $4.80. It's going to cost around $5 to send that transaction back to layer 1, and that could take up to, I think, about 24 hours right now. So obviously if it doesn't show up straight away, you can wait for that, but I'll show you also how to actually see the transaction on the Explorer as well. Before that though, I'll show you how to get some ETH from an exchange over to zkSync. So not every exchange supports the network right now, so I'm going to show you a way that they have for this to happen. So if you go to top up, you can come down to LayerSwap right here. So I'm going to click on LayerSwap, and it's going to go through to the LayerSwap website and basically look to link up with your exchange. Now, this is kind of a third-party provider, and they're going to charge you some fees for this, but essentially what you do is choose how much you want to send. So let's say I want to send some ETH from my Coinbase account, and you can choose how much you send, And then obviously you're going to have to choose which layer 2 that you want to send it to. So it actually supports a bunch of different layer 2 networks. You can see Arbitrum here, Loopring, Immutable X, which are all layer 2 networks, or you can choose zkSync if you want. And then you have to enter your zkSync address, which is just your Ethereum address. It's obviously on mainnet. Now what it's going to do, you can see read user guide down here. It's going to go over and essentially you can read all of these guides to see how to transfer assets out from your exchange account. So they're a kind of a middleman where you actually just send them the ETH and then they will kind of do the transfer and send it over to layer 2. If you click on Coinbase right here, as long as you're logged into your Coinbase, what it's going to do is basically link up and you can authorize it to have read-only access onto your Coinbase. And then what you can see down here is it will basically send that payment, right? And you can send it over through Coinbase if you have ETH on Coinbase over to that layer 2 network on zkSync. So it won't have access to your account, but you have to give it read-only access to essentially authorize sending ETH out to LayerSwap, and then they do that transaction and put it over onto your zkSync. zkSync is just like any other network, so over time every single exchange will support them, I'm sure, where you can send out ETH and other assets directly over to your zkSync network account. You can see right now the only centralized exchange to actually directly support this is Bybit. So I'm going to go over to Bybit. This is my account and I'll show you how to do this. You can see I'm withdrawing ETH right here, and there's a few different networks that I can choose, and I've got zkSync as an option right here. But obviously put your wallet address in and how much you want to transfer. They charge you 0.001 ETH, which is way cheaper than the ETH withdrawal. As you can see here, they charge you 0.005. Now, fun fact, I actually did this as a test, and Bybit actually withdrew that without a fee. So I transferred a tiny amount and they basically didn't charge a fee on that. So maybe that was like a first time thing, but good to know. I'll leave a link to Bybit in the description. If you don't have an account with them yet, they actually give deposit bonuses on the account. If you put some deposits on there. So I'll leave that link in the description if you want to sign up for an account with Bybit. Next, I'll show you how to swap coins on the zkSync network. For right now, there is an exchange on here called ZigZag exchange. Over time, I'm sure Uniswap and other exchanges will also be supported. But if you come into your zkSync wallet right here and then just click swap, it's going to take you through to ZigZag exchange. Now, what's really cool is up in the right-hand corner, basically you can see my Ethereum mainnet is connected. But if I click on this, you can actually see it lets me swap between the balances. So it's actually reading balances from my L1 and my L2. So you can see right here, this is my L1. It's got some ETH on there. And then the layer 2, I've actually got a couple of different assets in there and it reads both of them. I think that's really awesome. You can see I'm on the zkSync mainnet. Now, another thing you'll realize or see is that this is basically a order book exchange, which is basically impossible on the Ethereum mainnet. For most networks, you can't have an order book like this. It's just not quick enough. But this is, so what you can do is come down to the left hand side. So let's actually sell, and I've got some ETH right here, so I can just obviously choose this down in the bottom left, and you can see you can sell some ETH. Now for right now, you can't choose the price. So this is just a market order, but in the future, they will be adding limit orders on here. So you can basically just see the order book, see all of these different assets that are supported now on the left-hand side. There's a ton of assets right here. There's a lot of volume and obviously really, really cheap fees, way cheaper than anything on the mainnet, and obviously very fast as well. So that is how you would take ETH or anything else. You can see on the left-hand side, swap it into a bunch of other tokens. If you're not sure how to use order book exchanges, I'll list some videos in the description for you that go step by step on how to use an order book exchange, so check those out. Now I want to go over to the block explorer. So you don't use Etherscan with zkSync because Etherscan is the Ethereum mainnet scanner. So what we want to do is come to ZK Tools right here on the main page and then go to block explorer, and that takes us over to zkScan. So you can put your wallet address in right here or the transaction hash of your transaction, and you can see its status. So you can see there's about 7 million transactions already happened on zkSync, and then you can see all of the different transactions that are happening, just like Etherscan, when it was transacted and if the status is verified or not, or if it's still waiting, and a lot of the other information as well. Another thing you can do on Ethereum Layer 2 is create a payment link where you can request payment in the form of a few different tokens all at once. And you can do that through zkSync as well. So come to ZK Tools and then zkSync Checkout, and it will upload this checkout page. You can actually download the SDK or the development kit if you're a developer, and you can integrate this into your site basically, so you can accept payments, which is pretty awesome. If I click try it now, you can see right here it says receiver ETH address. So paste your address in here, your zkSync wallet address, and then you can request ETH or all of these different coins, and you can add up to 20 transactions and basically request that. And then down in the bottom, you can see here, build your payment link. So if you want to request a certain amount of ETH, let's say 1 ETH, and put your receiver address in here, and then click another, you can basically copy a link, and then anyone that can pay you 1 ETH for something, they will just click that and it will go through, and obviously they'll send that payment for really, really low fees, talking like, 20 cents or under. So really cheap, and you can basically build out your own checkout if you have a website to, accept USDC or ETH, and people can just click that link, and this is decentralized. So it's a pretty cool option. There are a few mobile apps that also let you link up with the zkSync or an Ethereum and Layer 2 zkSync account. One of them is Argent. I'll leave the full video to that in the description, which takes you through setting up the app and everything that happens on there. But I'll very quickly show you what you can do on Layer 2. So in the Argent app, you can basically trade and invest within the app, and you don't need to link up your wallet with the, the app on your browser. So for example, you can see invest right here. You can basically trade on Layer 2, and you can also invest as well. So if you can see ETH right here, you can click on that. You can actually stake it in Lido, and you can also put it in Yearn for some extra yield as well. And then you can go and trade crypto very easily, all on Layer 2. So if you have assets in your Layer 2, you can set up an Argent wallet, send them between your accounts. And if you click on the top left up here, what happens essentially is that you can see your Argent vault, that's your Ethereum mainnet, and then your zkSync on top, which is Layer 2, and you can send it and receive it all on Layer 2. So you never even need to touch Layer 1 anymore once you have that. If you want to check out that wallet, I'll leave the full video link in the description. So now with Layer 2, you can go and buy ETH on a centralized exchange like Bybit, transfer it out on Layer 2, and then go and trade and invest all on Layer 2 without touching the Ethereum mainnet, but with all the decentralization and security of Ethereum. So this is kind of the dream, and it's happening right now. If you want to check out Bybit, I'll leave that link in the description and some other helpful videos down there as well. I'm James with MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.